Hey love bugs, Dr. Ashley Greer here. I just want to do a quick video for you today about mapping your freedom and then your fortune. I just got off of an amazing money mapping session with one of my outstanding clients from my Bodacious Money Mindset Course. And what we did is we actually did multiple money mapping sessions jam-packed into one, really, for her, because I work at lightning speed and I could get things done in incredible speed. And what we did is we actually mapped a path to freedom for her first. And then we mapped a path for her to build the fortune that she really desired, the yearly income that she really desired. So what this looked like is we mapped her ability to create the income she needed to create the vibrational space where she could truly embrace what it was that she really wanted to create in terms of wealth. So I talked to her about we first needed to map this vibrational space of freedom for you so that you could feel really easily into this into feeling high vibrational, into feeling really connected, into feeling really, like I can do anything I set my mind to. And then what we did is we mapped a completely separate map that she would then step into when she felt more free and more open and more expansive. And then we set this other map up of her to be able to create this $250,000 a year business. From a business that's right now actually building her just $12,000 a year. Yeah, we created that kind of a map where she was able to, what was that, multiply it by more than 100 times bigger than it currently is. And this is a really important concept of mapping your freedom and then your fortune. I think you can map your freedom and your fortune. I think for a lot of people, their fortune actually equals their freedom. But I really want you to shift this perspective, because if you wait until you have built and amassed the wealth that you feel as though makes you worthy or makes you enough, if you wait until you've, amassed the riches that you are desiring until you feel free, you're always actually going to feel like you're a prisoner in your life and in your business, and you're actually never going to allow yourself to make the wealth and make the riches and create the fortune that you really desire. Because let's be honest here, wealthy people, at least to me, the kind of wealth I'm building, they feel free, they feel juicy, they feel abundant, they feel like really flexible with their schedule, they feel as though they can do whatever they want to do. So this wealth building comes from a sense of freedom and comes from a sense of expansion and comes from a sense of security and abundance. So a lot of people might be like, well, how the heck do you build this sense of freedom before building the wealth that's going to give me the sense of freedom? Well, like I said at the beginning of the video, you can truly actually map two different paths to this. You can first map a map to freedom, and then you can map create a secondary map that actually maps out your fortune and maps out this audacious wealth that you're creating. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is actually just embodying the fact that at your core you are free right now, right the F now, and not waiting until, your kids are out of the house, or you make a certain amount of money, or you can live in Hawaii like Dr. Ash, or whatever it might be that you are holding yourself hostage to say, I am free, and I am abundant, and I am on fire, and I feel so great in my life, and I am so lucky to be alive. Because that freedom is ultimately the energy, that expansive, delicious energy that will allow you to build your fortune and build your wealth with ease. Because without that sense of freedom and expansiveness and love of your life, wealth building is actually going to feel like a whole hell of a lot of drag. You might be doing things you don't like. You might be thinking you have to create wealth through, the jobby job or whatever it is, instead of being, your entrepreneurial dreams. You might be feeling as though building wealth is hard, all those limiting beliefs, because you don't feel free to build the wealth of the fortune you truly desire, because you actually don't really feel free. So, there's some mindset tricks in feeling freedom now before you have the wealth to maybe create the freedom to travel around the world or whatever it is you want to do. Things like living as if, things like treating yourself to the small things that make you feel really wealthy now. Like maybe it's fresh flowers each week, that can be as cheap as like $5 at the grocery store. It might be things like saying no to things you don't want to do, because when you are feeling really free, you don't say yes to things you don't want to do. When you're really wealthy, you won't have the time to say yes to all of the things you don't want to do. So it might be saying no to things. It might be, in fact, the opposite, and saying yes to more opportunities, and saying yes to more invitations, and saying yes to a deeper level of meaning and significance and integrity and presence in your life. The point is you need to build the freedom so that you can expand into the wealth, and that this is a process that will ultimately allow you to create really an unlimited amount of wealth in your life, because it's not so much about the money, obviously. Like, once you start to feel free, you're going to start to feel wealthy, even if the money isn't there yet, because wealth is about a whole heck of a lot more than just the cash in your bank account. It's about the denomination of freedom, because when you feel free, you feel wealthy, because the wealthy people that I know, at least, create their own schedule. They work when they want. They work on what projects they want. They're free to follow their intuition. They're no longer trying to follow templates. They're not like signing up for every webinar, because they know to follow their own internal markers of what feels right for them. And that is based on freedom. So plot your path to freedom and then plot your path to wealth. They can both be, they can both happen simultaneously, but for a lot of people who don't feel free, it's really important to plot your path to freedom first, so that you feel as though you're aligned with your big, wealthy, bodacious life and business. All right, and just to let you know, I am offering 25%. It's not even 25% off, because this isn't even a one-off thing I offer. For my Bodacious Money Mindset Course, which is now closed and probably won't be offered again until 2018, I've included a money mapping session, and these sessions are ridiculous. In 45 minutes, I help people really conceptualize and understand their ability to create audacious wealth in their life, bodacious wealth in their life. And for a lot of people, we even map out their whole business. Yes, in 45 minutes, I can get that much done. I'm a powerhouse. I'm amazing. I have this not even crazy, I have this beautiful, gorgeous, expansive energy that just sucks you into this vortex of everything is possible. And that includes you. So I encourage you to sign up for one of these sessions before they go bye-bye on 8/8. And they're 288 because 8/8 is actually the Lion's Gate. If you haven't ever researched that, it's a really powerful day. And so this special is in honor of that, because I've seen the ridiculous shifts that people have had just from these 45-minute sessions, and I want to share it. I want to share it with as many people as possible. So make sure to grab your spot if you haven't yet, and just feel into ways that you can build more and trust more in this sense of freedom in your life, in order to map out and expand yourself into the sense of wealth that you'd like to build in your life. Till next time, see you there.